Two douchebags on a couch. One's an asshole, one's a grouch. And relentless, all their mouths. Jim and Eddie. Talk shit. Jim and Eddie. Talk shit. Jim and
Hey everybody, welcome to Talkin' Shit with Jim and Eddie. We are here in the Rape Cottage, down Rape Alley, down Rape Lane, in the middle of Rapeville, where the king of rape, Jason Hour, is with us tonight. Hello, Jason.
Hi, everybody. How you doing?
That's the hour of power. We've also got Machete in the room. Machete. And also Lalit is here taking pictures.
Speaking of rape.
The rape victim. And she's got Duke depressed right beneath her. And we have a guest tonight, a good friend of ours, who is a former, was in my situation before.
That's it. Yeah, man.
We are here with Jason John Whitehead,
I used to live with Jason.
who Jim Jeffries lived with in the UK. And now I have the pleasure of living with Jim.
Very true.
Here in the United States.
I like how you looked at me in shock the other day and went, was Jim this messy all the time?
We talked about you today.
I'm not that bad. I get cleaner in.
Jason, Jason told me a funny story about, or JJ. I'm going to call you JJ during the show.
I call your room the hamster cage.
Yeah.
I always have.
Why do you call it the hamster cage?
Well, you looked in there lately?
It looks like a hamster.
This is a really required description.
How does it feel, Jim? Even Jason's making fun of you.
The hamsters have hemorrhoids?
No,
I bet you they do.
we were talking today, and he said, I've never seen anything like this once, but Jim was eating a pizza, and he goes, parts of the pizza box ended up in 6 different places.
Yeah, it's a marvelous thing just to watch him open a pizza box, the packaging.
No, I'll tell you what happened.
The top
there.
panel goes on the floor.
No,
the box gets ripped in half.
what
Half the
happens
box
is
ends up in the living room floor.
When the pizza, when I've eaten half the pizza and I have 4 slices left, I don't want to mess up, plates. So I rip the box into sections to put in the microwave to heat up individual slices. I think it's a very fucking rational way to eat pizza. And I don't know why everyone's laughing at this or even slightly confused.
It never makes it to the garbage.
When he comes home, I'm convinced when he walks in his room, usually like a guy will come home and they've got all kinds of shit in their pocket from receipts and coins and whatever, and you usually sort them out and put them on your desk or wherever, or throw stuff in the trash. I have a feeling Jim walks home, empties his pockets, and just throws it as hard as he can on the floor.
I had a bad break-in, which was when Jason was living with me. He was in, I think, Australia at the time.
Yeah.
That involved. I'm not going to go into the whole story right now because I told it on Opie Anthony once, but it was basically some guys came through the windows, one with a hammer and one with a machete, and tied me up and threatened to rape my girlfriend.
Somebody was carrying Ernie?
Yeah. And so they came in and they tied me up and all that. And the thing was, they thought I was rich because there was coins all over the floor. like, someone can just throw money around wherever. I had a car when I lived in Perth, this crappy little hatchback thing that I bought for my brother for too much money. He ripped me off. But anyway, so I had this car that was like a piece of shit car, and it was stolen by some kids or some drunk people or something like that. The cops come to where I was living in Perth at like 2 a.m, and they go, "We've found your car." And I thought it was one of my dickhead mates, like wanting to do drugs early in the morning or something like that. And so I went, "Nah, fuck off, I'm asleep." I was living with a girlfriend at the time. And the cops were like, "Don't tell us to fuck off." I go, "Fuck off." Like in the end it was cops, right? So I go down to the bottom of the building with their buzzer. They go, "We found your car. It's probably best if you come out and see it for yourself because they've destroyed it." right? So I go out thinking for the best. It was in the exact condition I left it in. just like discs on the floor and like half a pizza box with a fucking slice on it.
Getting in your car used to be
Jason
terrible.
Hour, when you cleaned up Jim's room, what did you clean his room for? Why?
Because I said he could sleep in the bed.
Yeah, so I could sleep in his bed.
Well, how much money did you find laying around on the floor?
I think in coins, I kid you not, there's a coffee can on his desk. I'm gonna bet I put close to $100 in just coins,
which is like a year's wages, isn't it?
that I found in his, because he's got like a shag rug too. Like the fibers are really long, so like anything can be in there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I found dead women. No, I realize this, and I realize that I don't take very good care of my money in the sense that I just get like handfuls of ones and stuff and throw them around. But I figure that I pick them up and I use them when needed. And so occasionally, though, I'll clean my room and I'll find like a check for like $2,000. I'll be like, awesome. You know, like when someone reaches in their pockets and they find a 20. I've forgotten about checks from gigs I've done. Is that really bad?
I have a feeling I know why those burglars were so pissed off. You know?
Those burglars, they one stage they said, "Oh, what else you got?" And then they found like a video camera as they were leaving, and they thought that I was hiding it from them. I didn't know it was in there. I didn't know where it was meant to be. I actually had some money under the bed, but my girlfriend was laying naked on the bed, so I thought, because I'm a really good hider, I put it between the mattress and the base.
Jason, who's messier, Jason Hour, you or Jim?
I honestly, I think I'm not. I used to be like more like Jim, but I've changed.
I got to give myself credit here that people are all being very mean to me. I keep the living room not too bad, and I keep the kitchen clean.
Listen, when
Your car is
when
improved. I remember I used to get into your car and you have to push everything.
My car right now isn't bad.
Yeah, it's relatively clean.
Somebody, it might have been my girlfriend. I don't
know.
know who told me, or maybe you told me, Jason, that when I was gone, you guys would go from, were doing rotations from playing video games. You were playing what video game?
We're taking turns between Call of Duty,
Yeah.
pinball,
Yeah.
and the hot dog machine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we were on like a circuit.
It's like a triathlon.
Like when you go circuit training at the gym and you got to go the rower to the bike to the treadmill. We had you had to go on the Call of Duty playing online, then you went off to the pinball machine, and then you had to make it. There was a rotisserie that had hot dog spinning with a bun warmer, and then that was how you did
It's
it.
a great day.
It was a fucking amazing day.
Until Lily had like that vegan thing.
But she
got
brought
stuck in there and it fell through the
vegan sausages that melted like a pair of Jason shoes.
She put vegan sausages in a hot dog maker.
Yeah,
That's sacrilegious.
It was not good.
Yeah.
Kill yourself, Lynn.
Speak for yourself, Lee. You haven't got the microphone.
When we were moving out of our place in Manchester, do you remember when we were packing up our place in Manchester?
All right, I'm awful. And I just raped her in the booth.
Poor Jim sitting in the middle of his room on the floor, just sitting cross-legged, picking through all the rubble in the room. And he just couldn't do it. And me and Steve got all our shit packed up. The house is ready to go, but Jim's room is still... And he's just sitting there, and we check in on him every now and then. One receipt
Rumpled up
at a
comic
time.
books.
I'm not.
So then, when he had to go to a
it's
gig,
an illness.
when he went to a gig,
finish.
when he went to a gig, we grabbed a box and went in his room and a shovel, and we just scooped all the shit up, and we put it. And when he got back from his gig, his room was pretty clean with just everything sitting in this box in the middle.
I have never ever heard somebody say we cleaned up his room with a shovel.
Think about how easy it is for him to unpack at the next place.
Well, I've seen him when he packs to go on the road.
But
It's
the
just
weird-
like a clump goes from the floor
he actually-
into a suitcase.
My clothes are always clean. I wash all my clothes. I am hygienic.
Yeah,
I'm not
but
just-
he actually looked at the
shower.
box in the middle
Yeah.
of the room, though. He looked at the box in the middle of the room. And me and Steve thought, "What? We've done him a good favor here. This is a good thing." He looked at the box and went, "Oh, I'm not gonna know where anything is now."
I have a system.
I can relate. I have this. I'm similar in that way.
You're not similar to anyone,
No,
anyhow, and you're an anomaly, and remember that.
But like I do things just clutter up after
In your brain.
in the house. In the
I find
apartment.
it very hard to
In your
throw
life.
things away, but I do it now.
I will know where everything is in that pile of
Yeah.
of shit that's on the.
Well,
desk or
it's been
whatever.
an interesting week for me because when I was in Australia, the last week I'm in Australia, I saw Steve Hughes, your old roommate, the other one that lived
Good
with
old
you.
Hughesy.
So we got to talk about Jim and old times and just brush up on what. Then I'm on stage one night. This is true. I'm on stage. And I tell people I'm plugging the podcast, and I said, if you like my show, I said, if you like really offensive humor, Jim Jeffries is my partner on the podcast. And I said, does anyone here know Jim? And one guy yells out, I do. He's my best friend. And I went, really? And I go, what's your name? And he goes, Andrew. And I go, never heard of you.
You've met Andrew, haven't you, Jason?
From your little story too, right?
So
No,
that-
you met him in Melbourne, though.
Wait, is
yeah.
Andrew the same Andrew that your brother listed in the
so-
McDonald's
He's
situation?
Andrew from the McDonald's
So-
situation.
Okay.
So I say,
Wow.
I say, really? I said, Andrew, I was just kidding. I said, you really know Jim Jeffries? And he goes, my brother's the one that we took to the brothel.
Now, if you've seen Alcoholocaust or you've seen me live, you'll know that there's a very long story where I take a friend of mine, brother, to a brothel who has muscular dystrophy. Not the brothel, but the guy. And this is the bloke from that story, so continue.
Yeah, so I think I offended him a little bit. I said, what's your brother have MS? And he goes, no, muscular dystrophy. And I go, so MD. And everyone thought that was like mean and like that I nicknamed muscular dystrophy.
No, it's called MD, I think.
That's what I thought. I said, well, then I said, so he's a doctor. And so he decides to have a beer with me after the show, and he brings his wife, and he's telling me all these Jim stories about Jim, Jim this, Jim that. His wife, he goes, she loves him. And she goes, oh yeah, Jimmy, she goes, he's great to have around. He's, well, except for when I had the baby. And I said, what? She goes, I'm sitting there and he comes over and I'm breastfeeding. And Andrew said, she's breastfeeding right now. And Jim said, is there a line?
I think that's charming.
And she goes, nothing sacred with
That's
him.
still making. She's probably feeling a bit funny about her body. She's just delivered a child. I'm still
It's a
making her feel
compliment.
sexual. It's compliment. Your boobs are looking good. Can I suck on a lactating titty?
Would you ever suck on a lactating titty?
In a heartbeat, if that was the situation.
Have you ever seen it? I've seen porn. I was watching a porn once where all of a sudden this girl, it's two lesbians.
There was a stripper many years ago that was lactating on me, and I was like, oh.
I was watching this porn where a girl is rubbing her nipple on the other girl's clit, and she's rubbing it, and all of a sudden she starts squeezing her tit, and I always assumed that like the milk just came straight out like a water pistol.
Really?
Jason,
If women could do that, they would shoot each other.
Jason just held up three fingers,
as if to say,
three
it
fat
comes
little
out.
sausage fingers to show the direction how.
Skunks have too. They go like that.
Yeah, you know what I like about that? Jason's just shown the direction it comes from, because I reckon Jason remembers being breastfed.
No, I wasn't breastfed.
Oh, you know.
Last year. Oh, this
wasn't.
might explain a lot.
No.
I wasn't either. I was bottled.
Midgets,
No, the
midgets
government-
aren't capable.
No, it's propaganda.
It's propaganda.
Propaganda is why I didn't get breastfed.
What do you mean?
When I was at that age, the government
They were
was.
saying the formula stuff.
They were
was
saying
better.
formula was more healthy than breast milk, and that you should. And so my mom was trying to make after the smoking and the drinking during the pregnancy, I guess she wanted to make a healthier choice by giving me not giving me breast milk, but giving me formula.
Plus,
So we just have another reason
Success.
yeah.
here. We're finding out the steps to the pathology.
We didn't need another reason for your dad to hit you,
He never hit me.
didn't he?
No,
He's a man with no
He
taste.
just drowned a dog
you
in
on
front
your
of
head.
you.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about that. That's
Okay,
too far.
then let's talk about how you're 38.
We covered
Stone.
that in the last episode.
okay.
That I was. Yeah.
It's okay for you to say you're a rapist, but
I'm not a rapist.
oh,
I've never.
After the last podcast, when
Raped.
you got off and you had that look of just that you were more pumped up after that last podcast than just before I punched you in the face in the example episode.
that was amazing, by the way.
What?
The amount of punches you took to the
People were
face.
quite impressed with that. I mean, because we were really hitting you.
Yeah.
But I will say, I've seen a video footage. He's with your girlfriend Lauren,
Yeah.
and Lauren's friend is punching you in the stomach, and you're using it like a come on line. Like, you can't hurt me.
Yeah, well,
I was just
and
screwing
you're
around.
all
We were
cocky,
drunk. I was drunk.
And you're with the girls, and you're like, all cocky, like, yeah, do it. It's
Listen, we have.
Yeah, Jim-
I'm gonna upload the video so that all the listeners can see, Jason. So don't try to
Yeah.
You are acting so cocky.
I don't remember it.
Make a better fist. Here's what you want to do.
Make
You
a better
wanna-
fist.
She wanted to know
And you got
how
to
to-
lean from the hip, and
Yeah,
you got to
and
really
pivot off the right
pivot
and
the foot.
Lauren,
It doesn't matter.
no.
But I got to admit, Eddie's girlfriend was being a bit of a cock because she became Eddie. She
Yeah,
was in the
right
background
there.
going, "Do it, hit him, hit him."
No, she's
Yeah.
going, punch him in the face.
Punch him in the face.
Yeah, what's
Jim's
that?
punched him in the face. Punch him in the face.
What's that all about, dude?
The first
I just
what's
went
that
over
all
there.
about?
I just went over there to like hang out, and they've freaking videotaped it
How often do you go over there to hang out?
a couple times a week.
Couple of times.
Couple times a week or a day?
In the last 2 weeks, I've hung out there. Well, I mean,
Jason.
when
No, wait a minute.
does it count? Does it count when people are home?
I've got a great question.
'Cause I have a
here.
key.
Okay, so you're over there a couple of times a week, right? Or a day?
A couple times. Well, I also take care of.
Okay,
her.
but you're there a couple of times a week.
Yeah, I've hung out with her like once through twice a week, basically
Okay,
since you've been
and
gone.
how many times are you invited there?
A couple times.
You bullshit.
No.
Jason, every single time I'm on the phone with her, she'll go, "Oh, Jason's here."
She invites me over. That's
Every single time. Does he do this to you, Lily?
Yeah, he knows my gate code, so he just like pops in. One day my friend was over and he's like,
No, he's a gay
Wait,
guy.
wait, wait.
My-
I heard it was.
You've got a key to our house. You've got a key to my girlfriend's house. You can get into Lilith's gate. How many people's
He's the
he's
gate master.
can you get into the
yeah,
key
the
master?
gatekeeper.
He's just biding his time.
Yeah.
Earning all of your trust. One day, he's gonna be gone, and all your shit's going with him.
Yeah, it's going to be the biggest packed fucking. Somebody's got a bed all of a sudden.
He won't have a way to transport it.
Oh, fancy
It's
posh
the most
guy.
clever ruse ever. He hangs out with you guys all this time. You think he's dumb as fuck.
The talented Mr.
This
Ripley.
is it. We've got
Prodding,
a
the retarded Mr. Ripley.
Actually, I think this will be an interesting thing, and I wasn't going to do it in this show, but I think we haven't had this for a while, and now that we have Jason on Jason here, I think it's time for another edition of Hour of Power.
This is where Jason Hour runs the show.
He runs
No.
the
and
show.
we let him wait, but he's in a bad position right now because what are you taking?
I took a nerve suppressant.
You ever heard the term "the show must go on"?
The show must.
Where
go
did
on.
you get the nerve suppressant?
I have a friend who does have MS actually.
Taking drugs.
And well, it was an experiment. You know, like I remember the Tardoff against
Yes, I
Treadwell.
remember that. You lost that.
He lost the tard.
There was another tard, and then we had a tard off.
who was
Sorry to
tardier.
Well, there's
than him.
another tard. Wait. Okay, so anyways, I did the worm
Yeah.
and I hurt my back.
Oh my god, I haven't heard. You can't even lift hair product anymore.
Yeah. So since then, I've had problems with my sciatic nerve because I have an old injury, and
Yeah.
All right.
so
Because you're 38, you're not young anymore.
you know. And then I took this nerve suppressant, and it calms down the sciatic nerve.
I'm just going to say to Eddie, I'm glad we found a new thing to bother him with. I thought we were out.
We'll bleep it. Don't worry. We're going to bleep it. Okay, listen, though. Do the Hour of Power. He runs the show.
Now, also, I'm going to put a stipulation in this hour, pal. You're interviewing Jason, right? But it can't all just be like, what's it like to be with Jim? I want you to actually interview Jason.
Sure.
Don't just talk
We'll
about
go
me
in-
being
we'll go
messy.
into it. Hello and welcome to the Hour of Power segment of the Jim and Eddie Talking Shit program. Right now I'm here with Jason, and I forgot what your full name is.
This interview is over.
What's your...
Guests always like to have that respect.
You fly me in.
What's anyways, but we'll go by JJ and
It's Jason John Whitehead.
and do you have a Twitter? You have a tweet? You know,
Hey, look up JJ Whitesnake.
White Snake.
Yeah.
That's clever. I like that.
Yeah, you
JJ White
think,
Snake.
yeah,
Yeah.
I like how he
original
flexes.
idea.
He flexes when he interviews.
Do we,
How,
at the end of this interview, can we decide if I can take back the name Jason or not?
Yes.
why? It means healer in Greek. It's a great name. Here we go.
No,
You don't even-
we're not even in the room. We're not even
Yeah,
in the
but
room.
you laugh and poke and then interject, and you never let the Hour of Power actually be an Hour of Power.
All right, Hour of
You
Power.
place me in so
Sorry.
much pressure on
We
me.
will not make a comment. We will only laugh if appropriate. Continue on.
So is it alright if I call you JJ? Just to
Yes,
make it
fine,
easy.
man.
Okay. So
Yeah.
JJ, you're a Canadian.
I am, yeah.
Yeah, and you live and you told me you live in London. You've been
live
living
in
there for
England.
about 12 years.
How much do
Right.
magazines cost?
Yeah. They're like,
Chocolate tastes better.
child does it. Yeah, coffee.
I don't know. Man.
Women like anal.
I
I
don't know.
heard
You haven't done your
The
research.
birds. I don't do research. I just exist. So
Like Frankenstein's monster.
yeah. So so tell me what are you in town for? You're in LA for how long?
I leave tomorrow, man.
Why?
I'm going to New Zealand to do the New Zealand Comedy Festival.
I thought you
have
were going to
some
be around for a while.
fans
These
and
guys, I thought
We have some fans
yeah.
in New Zealand that might
'Cause-
want to know this information.
Well, yeah. Can you tell us about you doing the New Zealand Comedy Festival? When does that start?
It starts on the 1st of May.
1st of May, and it runs for how long?
23 days.
And
a long
so you're
time.
playing how many sets each day? You play every day?
I'm doing, yeah. It's a show. I do a one man show.
Do you play an instrument in the show?
No, I don't play any instruments, bro.
Do you regret coming on this show?
I reserve judgment.
Actually, I'll be honest with you. I just met you, and I'm bummed that you're already going to leave. Because
Oh, thanks.
if I'd known that you were going to be leaving tomorrow, I would have gone out last night with you guys and gotten to know you better. And
You did come out with
and I
us, though.
apologize.
But you were busy.
I
You
walked you to the
provided-
bar. I walked you to
You
the
did,
bar.
and your dog was nervous.
He had diarrhea. Oh my God, he had diarrhea all the way home. Oh, it was the best.
No, that is. I got to.
worst.
His dog's walking along.
Your dog can't even commit
And-
to
and
having a
didn't-
shit.
and didn't
It's
even-
scared.
Didn't like stand there and just like have runny shit looking out of its ass. It kept on walking at its normal pace with just fucking filthy shit, like just a horse load of it just dripping out of its ass. And there was no way you could scoop this up off the
No,
pavement. It was there. Like
to walk away.
The only way.
Kind of kept
The only
looking up at
way.
you nervously as well.
The only
He's
way you could
upset.
fix that is with a hose.
Yeah.
And not just
Or the sun.
Like Jason's dog ruined about 5 people's days. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but in 4 different locations afterwards.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I interrupted
Yeah, you
the
fucked
show.
up the hour of power.
Yeah, the hour. Well, this is the end of the. I've been putting my mouth on that, by the way, that you're touching.
You just pointed at your
Oh,
cock.
that's right.
So
My finger. I think you should be more worried about your mouth.
anyways,
This is the most uncomfortable hour of power we've ever had.
Yeah.
Now,
You
JJ
people out there
Whitehead.
feel my awkwardness.
Okay, we're going to end the hour of power. Do you want to wrap the hour of power up?
yeah, you've been listening to the hour of power, and
That
thank
was
you.
an hour. That fucking
Well,
flew by.
The hour of power. Time is only a concept. So it's just.
Time flies when you're
It's not
having
even
fun.
real. It doesn't even exist. It hasn't even been proven.
Well, it's existed for 38 years, Jason.
It was basically 4 minutes.
Now,
So
now the reason why
Felt like an
we
hour.
make him do the hour of power is because there many times ago, and I think we've mentioned it many times on the podcast. There was a moment where I had the shits with everyone. I wasn't going to do the podcast anymore. So Jason said, "Doesn't matter. I'll do my own podcast." Jim and Eddie might have gotten the fans in, but I'm the talent.
Ready to step in.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
ready to step in to just be an international podcasty guy, right?
Yeah, man.
And so we said, well, we'll give you a go. And I think we can all agree that his interviewing is phenomenal.
Somebody Twittered me, AEIOUY, said you should let Jason run an entire podcast with you and Jim just being guests.
that would be horrible.
Yeah, it would be the worst episode ever.
I think we.
Unless
just
I
got
was
an insight
drunk off
into
my
that.
ass.
You've been drunk off your ass in this show.
Yeah, and
We are funnier when we're not wasted.
you are.
I am, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not as funny wasted. On stage, I made a whole career of just getting by for years and years, just being fucking legless and going, I got away with that one. It was all right. I'd show up to so many clubs after being drunk on stage the next day going, was the show good? Did I have a good show? What? Eddie's texting.
Eddie, you're
No,
texting.
I'm not texting. I'm looking for a bunch of listeners wrote in on Twitter's asking with questions for Jason, and I just wanted to see what they were because there were a couple really good ones. And
So JJ, tell us about the festival. You know, what's going on?
Oh, he's back
And,
in control now.
He needs
you
to
got to
be,
plug.
'cause
You
you gotta
got to
have
plug the
you gotta-
website. Tell us how to get tickets and stuff, man. So people buy your.
Google.
so-
Just Google it.
no, seriously.
New Zealand Comedy Festival.
Yeah.
And yeah, everybody should pop in and catch that show. It starts on May.
These
1st.
guys, since their ticket sales are better from doing this show. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to plug that.
They're
You can
not.
get
They're
these.
not playing the New Zealand Comedy Festival.
No, but
we
you
have-
are,
we have
and you need to
people-
plug
people
that
listen
shit.
to this.
People,
Yeah,
yeah, we got a bunch of
See, but
fucking people
I did
over
the
there.
news.
Yeah.
I did that festival with you. Do
Yeah.
you remember? We did that a couple years ago.
Yeah, man. I'm doing the Sydney Comedy Store in Australia
There you go,
afterwards as
see?
well. So,
We're popular in the
When is that?
Sydney
When are you going to be there?
May. That's starting like May 24th or
May
something.
24th, Sydney
I'll be
Comedy
there
Store.
for 2 weeks.
Way to get the plugs out.
There we go.
Jason.
Well, you're
Yeah.
done?
Jason also has a new DVD out called.
Called 3 Nights Only.
Yeah,
Which is available where?
which is actually the story of Jason's entire sexual history.
Wait, you talking about him?
No, I'm talking about you.
Would
Three
we
nights
ever
only.
make fun of?
Whitehead,
Would we choose him when it's so easy to hit you with that one?
I've had sex with women and lived in a house where it was a 2-story house and I had the bedroom below, and I've had sex with women simultaneously where Jason's had sex with the woman upstairs.
It was great. We can knock on the wall.
Yeah, we can knock on the wall, and you can actually think to yourself, as long as I could beat him. You know what I mean? Like, as long as I lasted a bit longer or
It
something
was like
like
a
that.
pace car.
Did he ever do the thing to you that he does to me? I'm having sex with a girl in my room. I finish, and I hear Jim yell from the other room, "Thank you."
Done that to Andrew.
Yeah, I know he told me, and I was like, "He's done that again." He's a hack. I have to honor this because I did say on Twitter, I go, "We're podcasting again. We haven't done it in a long time. Anything you want to know from Jason, hour." And I seriously got back like 100 replies. McAnus50 says,
I love that. That's great.
"Can at Jason Hour explain Japanese nuclear catastrophe and its implications on the tech industry?" Go, you've got a minute.
It's hurting the production of Toyota's manufacturing for sure, and which will probably have a ripple effect in all research and
What about the
development. and
Sony
funds.
warehouse?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on over
That's
there.
probably why they're having problems with the network.
I think that Mitsubishi's also got some issues too, because that they were the one that had that cryogenic freezing center where
But
they were basically slaughtering all of the bluefin tuna on the planet to control the price.
Mitsubishi, the car company.
Yeah, exactly.
We're killing all the bluefin tuna.
Yeah, they're contracting
in a cryogenics thing.
Yes. They're contracting with fishing companies. This is
riveting.
It's true as well.
Yeah.
You see why I do this?
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm sure it's gonna fuck. We're done.
Okay.
But
good.
I also
Next question.
Is it like we might get a superhero out of it,
Or a monster.
or a monster like Godzilla?
Yeah.
Next question. Can you ask, this is from Blueface Tech. Can you ask him how a man who never has more than $12 can be such a fat cunt?
That is a good point.
Well, what you do is you wait all day long,
Then you eat
and
chicken
then you
burgers
eat
at Jim's.
really late. Yeah, and you hang out with.
How did you eat last night?
Lard is cheap.
Yeah. I ate a chicken burger,
And what did you eat though on the plate?
French fries.
Every possible
Oh
little
yeah,
speck
well
of
that's
food on the
because I
plate.
would.
No,
That's
I'd do that as well.
That's psychological though. Come on, that's like I can't help that.
I got to clean the plate as well.
Yeah, otherwise I feel like I'm gonna get like in trouble or beat or.
Here's
some
one of the
weird
best.
shit.
Here's one of the
fucking tasty,
best.
mate.
Here's one of the best questions, and I got to hear the answer. This is from Jake MG. If you were in prison and had to join a gang to survive, which gang would you join?
It would be the queers, wouldn't it?
They have a gang in prison.
Of course they would. The bitches, where the guys, they dress up as women. And like,
Well, actually, I had
passed around.
I had a friend.
Which gang would you join,
commodity.
Jason?
I want to explain something to you.
It would be the gay bear tribe.
Entrepreneur.
And I want you guys to.
JJ still just going, you'd be an entrepreneur.
Yeah, do their hair and stuff.
Fix their
There's a system.
tattoos.
No. I had a friend.
Survivor, clearly.
I had a friend that went in for 2 years, and he worked that shit out. Like you figured out the system, and like you get this guy to do that, and then you cut.
You'd be the barista?
No, I would facilitate. Like
I've seen Prison Break.
What would you facilitate?
I would probably figure out a way to get cigarettes or
How would you figure that?
I don't know, but it would.
You can't buy cigarettes now.
But I get them.
You don't have enough money.
I don't have money, but I get the things I need. And I think in the prison,
That's what's going to make you end up in prison.
Isn't that a song?
I think if I ended up in prison, I'd probably be okay.
What gang would you be in?
I wouldn't. I don't want to be in a gang.
Really?
As
You'd be
you got
friends
the
with all
skills
the
to
gangs.
match
think-
that
I think it-
karate
I think
outfit,
it-
you'll be fine.
I would just be.
I think you'd be okay because you're not smart enough to make a shoelace into a noose.
Yeah, I would spend. You know what?
I think the
honestly,
other,
Eddie.
I think the
Eddie,
other prisoners would help him.
Eddie. You know what? I would definitely try to be in isolation pretty much the whole time I was in prison.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, no, more of the same. He doesn't want his life to change too much. There'd be a step up, there'd be a bed in there.
All right, here's a good question. This is from Attack the Moon. If he had to have sex with one breed of dog, which would it be? And then he put me, German Shepherd, for obvious reasons.
I saw. That's
Germans are beautiful.
That question's ridiculous.
No, if you had to.
If you had to.
Gun to your head.
You don't have to.
Gun to your
Kill
head.
me.
No.
Kill me.
They're not. They're going to kill your whole family.
Kill them. I don't like my family. Kill them all.
They're going to kill Jim.
Kill them. I'm not fucking an animal.
They're going to kill Lalit.
Kill her.
They're going to kill Duke.
Oh, do you hear
Seriously,
that, Lalit?
seriously.
They're going to kill Duke.
Seriously.
They're going to kill Duke. They're going to kill Duke.
Better to kill him
They're
than,
gonna kill
than
Duke.
to rape him
You're
and
not
take
gonna
away
rape-
the rest of his
No, you
life.
wouldn't be raping.
It's
The
not
dog
gonna be
enjoys
Duke.
it.
It's another
dog
dog.
likes
It's a
it.
slutty dog.
It's a dead dog. It's a dead dog. You're not raping a live
yeah.
dog. It's
That's
a dead
just
dog.
Which kind?
I like how you
None.
decided that's the moment that it's revolting.
Which kind of dog?
None.
It's dead and it's slutty.
No.
It's got lipstick on.
No.
It looks like Lily. It's hairy.
It's one of those
It's
things
got that peach fuzz that the lead has on it.
I don't have to answer that.
You do.
I'm American. I do not.
Oh my
You're
god!
such a cunt. When
I
you
like.
know
You know what I like? I like how when he uses America to back up his argument. Like, I'm American. I'm free. Whatever.
Yeah, self-incriminate.
Like
I can't.
Yeah. So
Fifth.
because I'm American,
Fifth
you
Amendment.
don't have to talk to me that way because I'm an American. But then other times it's like this. America stole my childhood.
Yeah.
This is why I'll never work.
when they started the Vietnam War, they
They
stole
stole
my
his childhood. That's why he doesn't have to go to work.
and that's why I can take unemployment from them.
Yeah.
They robbed me of my child. Okay, here's my favorite question of all. This is from Ipswich Jules. Hi, Eddie. Can you find out what is longer, the length of his inside leg or the circumference of his waist?
My waist is
Checking
longer
you for
than-
diabetes or something?
I'm a 36 by.
You might have
30.
diabetes. Do you have diabetes?
No.
You have
My wounds heal fast.
Your wounds
you have
heal fast.
diabetes.
We didn't say hemophiliac.
No. Diabetics don't heal too easy.
You take it from him.
That's why.
He's cut some of them up in his day.
Yeah, like it takes forever for cuts to heal if you're
So
diabetic.
this new bird you're fucking, what's she like? Tell us about her.
No.
I'll tell him all about her if you want to hear.
Well, I don't really want to.
Well, I will.
And then I'll just start opening my mouth.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And then I'll just have everything you say deleted.
Come on, stop it. Let's not go on that.
I like how you just tried to get all bold with me.
I don't want to go down there. Hi, JJ.
I know. I don't like going down there either, but the girls like it.
May 24th. May 24th. What's the website where you can buy tickets?
Apparently Brian McCarthy says that they usually don't have guys going down there anyway.
So,
He just gave me a look. He
trying, man.
He blames me for
You
everything
must
at the
have a
moment.
go-to question.
Come on, I want to ask one of the questions. I want to find one.
Jason, how
Ask
did you
him.
meet Eddie anyway?
Ask him who is his biggest inspiration in life besides Jim Jeffries, and ask what choices in his life he would change if he could.
well, okay. The first answer is Benjamin Franklin.
Right, he's the biggest inspiration in your life.
Honestly,
no, why? You got to give why. Why is Benjamin Franklin?
Because he had a lot of ideas about, culture, civics, the way people should conduct themselves that I agree with. And he was a pretty forward thinker about that. And he established an organization of gentlemen's club that basically they were business guys that hung out and they probably smoked weed.
Some of them made hair color.
I think they did smoke weed and they used powder in their hair back then.
Yeah,
but
he's a powder marketing assistant.
But one of the organization that he created.
How good were they making coffee?
I don't know.
What did he achieve by the time he was 38? So Benjamin Franklin.
He wasn't on a podcast with you.
Yeah, well, no, there wasn't.
That's much bigger than discovering electricity.
So but because he's the shit and you can't argue with
He
that.
is.
He is.
Right,
He was a well-rounded, intellectual,
painted the Mona Lisa.
fantastic individual.
Killed the Jews.
And he understood the French. So and then the answer to the second question is no. I wouldn't change anything in my life.
Really?
Nothing?
You would have married your wife, like, and gone through that period.
Everything that.
Think of all the pussy you could have picked up in all those years. You wouldn't have been fat for all those
Must be
years.
two.
You would have kept your body level
What about
down.
the church? What about the church and those years of fraud that
what
you were
about
involved?
your dad being domestically violent with your mother?
What about
you wouldn't have changed any of these things.
What about cutting your midget mom's ankles out and making her shorter?
What about crying twice today?
What?
Your turn. No, because all of those
What
things.
about just stealing your granddad's bat?
When you said your turn there, was
Lubing
that
it up and raping
threat?
yourself
Let me
with
know.
it.
Bang, bang. Anyways,
Oh, Jason was trying to orchestrate the show right there.
Yeah.
so
What about not getting Duke stoned all the time?
Yeah, Noosa can't stay with you anymore. She's different now.
Yeah.
it's not for me.
No, you got her stoned. I know you did.
No, I didn't.
No,
How many times
passive
I asked
smoke.
you not to smoke in the
I
house?
didn't. I have a door. I put her in the other room.
I don't
did
smoke in
my
front
own-
of your dog.
I don't smoke in front of your dog. I don't drink
That
in
should
front
be
of
on
your
a
dog.
t-shirt. I don't smoke in front of your dog.
So,
I don't drink in front of
Can
your
I
dog.
answer the question or not? You guys,
There's your next
the answer is no, because even though all those things happen to us, they're who we are, and like who I am is who I
Yeah, but
am.
you
And
could be-
ultimately, life is about deciding to be happy.
But you could be you with a
with
bed.
yourself.
like you know what I mean?
But you love that
You
one.
could be you with a car and money and a girlfriend
And
a
love.
bed and happiness.
Well, do you think those all equate to happiness?
You could be all these things, but without highlights in your hair. That's where it's all ended.
I didn't do highlights. I did a full treatment.
Ask Jason what's the most defeated moment in his life was like. That's an hour podcast right there. What was the most
God.
defeated moment in your life?
Who's that from? Who's that from?
That's from Dan, or his thing is
God, why are
called
we gonna go deep?
Honey Money It's Me. Honey
Honestly,
Money It's Me.
It was high school.
Yeah, I've seen you
when
been defeated plenty of times. This is gonna be horrific.
I was actually a pretty
I
good.
saw you defeated on the last episode when we asked Lolita about her rape kiss.
I saw you defeated once by a belt. I saw you defeated by spandex.
I saw you defeated.
Jason, if you can pump in whenever
Yeah,
you
hop
want.
in.
I feel bad for the guy. His eyes all
don't feel-
Every
bloodshot.
guest.
There's a lot worse than a bloodshot eye going on here.
A little bit of empathy, man. Dog's cowering in the corner. His dog's depressed, got the shits.
Do you want me to answer the question?
Yeah.
So
by the way, my girlfriend also told me that while I was gone, you lost your own dog, about 3 times. Not lost him. You'd get out of a car, and Duke would still be in the car, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, Jason, do you want your dog?" And you'd be like, "Oh yeah, I forgot." And you left your dog a couple places. Like you would just leave Duke in my girlfriend's house and go somewhere, and then be like, "Shit, I forgot Duke. He's back at. I got to go back and get it."
I didn't forget him. I knew he was there.
You forgot him like a number of times.
No. And you're just trying to get me in trouble with people out there now. And that's not true.
What was your most defeated moment?
Exactly. It was in high school when my coach, basically, they got my grades back.
Coach for what? For sport?
Wrestling.
For wrestling.
And they got my grades back.
From what to see.
From Asperger's class.
No, they like your eligibility,
Yeah, do they grade you A, B, C, and D, or do they just grade you dribbling and not dribbling?
That'd be pass fail.
Did you wear one of those little wrestling singlets?
But I had So I had
Are there any photos of that anywhere?
somewhere. I'm sure in my yearbook. So, anyways,
If anyone out there knows him and went to high school with him, please, whatever you do, email us a photo of the Hour of Power in a wrestling
pictures
singlet.
that are out there. So basically, I had depression all my life,
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
and my grades weren't the greatest.
How bad were they?
Enough to make him
I
depressed.
basically I skipped 40 days of school in a row,
Right.
so I became academically ineligible
Yeah,
for the sport.
Didn't Jesus walk for 40 days or something and
Moses
then come back?
went through the desert.
No, it's
Yeah,
40 years.
no, I did. I actually did. I skipped 40 days, and the coach was like,
That's not good.
What were you doing while you were skipping school for 40
Do you really want to
days?
know?
You're getting stoned.
Do I-
He was looking
No,
for
I,
his
ju-
dog.
I just asked.
That was the line of the day.
What were you doing?
What were you
I
doing?
do really want to know.
Well, I was depressed.
Yeah.
So what did you do?
Was your granddad beating you with his bat?
No, I had a friend.
Was your mom fisting you with her midget arm?
Yeah. were you getting your mum and your grandfather to have midget wars?
No, actually, my grandfather was
No, but your grandmother was a little
tiny. Yeah,
She was a tiny
but
little
all the
thing.
men, you know,
All the men were
the
big.
older generation were big.
So
Yeah.
your
Women were small.
So the Our family just.
I'm the average of that and that. Yeah.
The Our family just rapes midgets.
Yeah. These were midgets with fucking broken cunts. Just big fucking wide beaten up
Whoa.
vaginas.
We're talking Viking style rape.
Yeah, he is a Viking.
Or
right?
the big fucking hour.
Well, he
cock
is
this
too,
way
man.
to-
Look, he's Canadian. He's probably got Norwegian, Irish, fucking. Look, he's got big hands.
Yeah, that's
big
when I think
knuckles,
Viking, I think Irish.
I'm prime for
Well, the
raping.
Irish were basically a product of that. Their bloodlines are all over because there's rape everywhere, man. Like it was just.
Yeah. Casablanca restaurant last week. In front of the booth.
Those poor Armenians.
She.
She what?
Nothing.
Here's another question for Jason.
Is your mother really a midget?
Well, I guess technically she's 4
His
foot.
grandmother was a midget as well.
My grandmother was like 4'9", and my mom was 4'11".
Here's a question. At Eddie Ift, can you ask at Jason Hour if he's ever tried to snort weed?
I sent that guy a response to that because,
What was the response?
well, I sent him the science. I basically gave him the wiki on THC and how it works and how retarded that comment is. Like that's just ridiculous.
You gave him the wiki.
Yeah, because he needs to know that
Is that like a pipe?
that it has to it has to reach a certain temperature for the cannabinoid to be released, and then it has to bond to fat.
Oh.
Oh, no wonder you get high
no
so
wonder.
often.
Fucking, I wouldn't ever walk through a field of it. You'd fucking die of an overdose.
So that's never going to work, huh?
Yeah, I actually think that's how a relationship is, me and you.
What?
Me bonding to fat.
Oh, I see your comment back to him.
Yeah, I just
Where
wanted
he,
to know.
he wrote back, I know my drugs, brother.
Give me a question. I
Gotta find one.
gotta find a good one.
Man.
Did Jason's mother wrestle with other little people besides his grandma, of course? Did your mother ever wrestle with other little people? I know she took on big men.
All the family is little people, and there's lots of brawls at the family reunions and stuff. So sure.
What about who's going to keep you?
Well, my Uncle Billy was like 5'6". Uncle Eddie's like 5'4". You know, they're all little.
I thought all the men were tall.
No, the older generation guys.
Are
Like,
there any like films or videos or YouTubes of like the old Our family?
Wizard of Oz. His whole family is the cast of was all those and the Oompa Loompas from
Is there any way we can get
Charlie and
footage on
Chocolate
this?
Factory.
Nah, because they don't talk to each other. None of them.
Is there any way Jim and I on a road trip could go to meet the Our family?
Yeah, they live near your girlfriend's family. Actually, my mom and dad do. They live right by her parents.
How often do you speak to your mum and dad?
Sundays.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
You talk like the relationship's completely
Yeah,
tethered.
I was going to give you a plane
Well,
flight home.
my mom and I are, we're tight still. We're
I was going to
friends.
fly you home to see your mom, and you didn't want to go.
Yeah,
I offered you a plane flight, and you said, no, that's okay, I don't want to go.
just because you love someone,
What?
doesn't mean.
He's playing with fuel that weekend in Vegas.
Why didn't you want to go home?
I don't remember because I hate holidays, and I don't think that would.
No,
be...
whoa.
And then-
Stop.
It's the gift buying.
And then,
isn't
and
it?
then,
Stop,
and then we were
stop,
gonna,
Jason.
And then we wanted to go to Hawaii instead.
You have to go to work to warrant a holiday. This is why you hate holidays, because it involves you moving. It's more work than your actual life. Your life is a holiday. I hate how you always say that. You always give this, I hate holidays. Yeah, because you're so flat out the rest. I love it when I ring you up and you think you're busy.
Oh, see, because in Australia, holiday is a good word. Here in America, holiday means fucking like going and see people you hate that like made you feel like shit all your life. Holiday.
Oh, you're
isn't-
saying like seasonal
holiday
holidays.
doesn't mean time off. Holiday is the season.
Holiday also.
Yeah,
You
we
don't
use
have
it-
to go to your family on a holiday, man. You
Right,
can
but
do
we call
whatever
it.
you
But
want.
holiday where you're from is time off. Holiday here.
No, we still call it the Christmas holidays.
Yeah, well, but I'm using it in reference to the season, not the time off.
Right, so you speak to your mum every Sunday.
Yeah.
Every Sunday. And how would a conversation like that go?
Well, she usually tells me about her golfing and her bowling and.
Is your mother a lesbian? What does she
What-
golf?
I-
She
golf
plays
and-
softball.
In one of the drunken Stoopers, I think I said that I have a theory that she might be, deep down.
A little stiff tongue.
And that's why you've been attracted to lesbians.
Yeah, I got raised by one.
Is it because your mum can lick out a woman while standing?
Oh, God, dude. Jeez.
Eddie, nothing of that.
I thought it was funny.
That applies to both sexes, though, obviously, doesn't it?
No. You can teabag fucking Jason's mum just by fucking running over the top of her. So, does she listen to the podcast?
Not at all.
Does she know it exists?
She doesn't use technology.
Really?
She doesn't like computers or any of that shit.
She liked smoking while she was pregnant with you. She seemed to be happy with that.
Well, it was okay back then. Smoking promoted digestion, I believe, was the belief.
All right, get off your Twitter.
I'm off Twitter. I'm off. We're out of questions. That was all the good questions for you. I like that segment, the ask Jason questions.
Well, we can't do it every week because then that will be the whole show. But it was fun for today.
It was fun. I had a lot.
Riveting. I feel like I've learned something.
I've asked you so many questions, and it was just nice to hear that other people think you're
I would
as
like
strange
to
as
ask
I do.
Jason Whitehead some of the questions that we have asked other competitors on the show over the years.
Yeah.
Jason John Whitehead, if you can be
Like
any
a quiz.
race you want to be, what race would you be?
Can't be white.
You can't be white.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to leave him until he said white. No white. You can't be white. That's too
Do
easy.
you see how upset it? Well, I can't be white.
You can't be white.
You can't be white. Yeah. It's hard for a Canadian to grasp this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm a white guy who lives in Europe. It's all right.
All right, so it's all right. Everything's fine. What are you doing, Jason?
Yeah. Why are you pulling on shit?
Just leave it alone.
So if we take a race, can we have any stereotypical skill from that race?
Also,
can I
that-
instantly
I asked.
be
By the way,
you can't be almost white either. You can't be like Italian or something or Spanish.
And when you asked that,
So-
I asked my dad that question, and my dad, the guy that feeds super cereal to retards,
Yes, I know.
his answer was, "Oh, easy. I'd be a black basketball player."
Yeah, that's where I was going to go. Why not?
He didn't say, "Oh, I'd be black."
He didn't say as a race and a skill.
No, you would have your
Yeah, well, see, I
same.
want to choose
No,
the
you
skill.
would have-
Fuck
You would
it.
have
That's
the
gonna go
same
with
skill set
stereotype.
that you have now, but they'll be slightly enhanced depending on where you go. So if you're a good basketball player now, you'd be a great basketball player as a black guy. And if as an Asian guy,
quite the upgrade.
if you're good at maths now, if you turn Asian, you'd be really good at maths.
Oh.
Right? So that's the system.
But-
And if you can be Armenian if you want, but they've never had a single famous
Whoa, whoa,
person
whoa, whoa.
besides
But
Kim
she-
Kardashian.
She says that's Caucasian. Armenians are Caucasian.
I know they're Caucasian, but you know the smell. Now, so Jason,
Ooh, yeah. I'm running through the races in my
really,
head now.
your options are Indian,
Yeah.
black,
Keep going.
Mexican.
I think I'm gonna have to be a black athletic man.
Whoa, skill.
no,
You can't have a
kind of
skill.
skill.
You're,
But he's already athletic.
He's already
Well,
athletic.
I'm 6'3".
You'd be a black
and-
comedian.
Jason used to play high school basketball with Steve Nash.
I do
You'd be a
all right.
black-
Jason was my
comedian.
first baseman on my
So-
softball team in the Australian. I had to move him from. Remember, I moved you from left field out
yeah.
to first base. We played Australia versus the world in softball.
Yeah, I was
Rich
there.
Hall. Oh yeah, you played for like.
About one inning, I was drunk.
Yeah. We played Australia versus the world in softball, and I didn't care. Rich Hall organized it, and the comedian Rich Hall, who put together the American team, was made up of like Americans, Brits, Canadians. What else was there? We had something South African. I don't know. And then the Australians had a team. They were beating the piss out of us. The Australians.
You guys
were,
are like all athletes.
it was we had Mark Watson,
Yeah.
and
We had. I think we had more alcoholics.
yeah.
You know, though, with softball,
Key is first base. That's why I moved.
It's also about
JJ
being-
here to first base.
relaxing.
Jason
too.
is so you decided on black.
I did hit a home run.
But
Well, you're chill through it, though, right?
Jason Hour just said softball is all about relaxing.
Yeah, because like if you're trying to like hit
Yeah,
hard,
yeah,
like a lot of
yeah,
people
yeah.
try to, but softball, man, like that nice even swing.
Well, I'll tell you where I went wrong. Here's where I went wrong. When we were putting the team together, there was one black guy on the team. Reginald Hunter.
Oh,
and this is where stereotyping and
right.
racism can go wrong. We figured black guy, best athlete on the team. So we put him on first base.
No.
Total liability.
It's like the episode of The Office where Stanley can't play basketball.
this
I know,
was the
yes.
it was the worst. And then we were scared to move him that he was going to get angry.
Oh, no, because they're good at boxing.
Yeah. So we moved Reg to
to the bench.
Yeah, to the bench.
To the bench.
and then-
Guard the cooler, buddy.
They're also good at sitting.
Do you remember when I threw that big fat Aussie comic? And I said to somebody, I was starting to get so frustrated with how bad we were losing that I go, this is fucking bullshit. I'm now playing to win. And I go, whoever was catching, I said, if it's coming home, I'm throwing it home. I'm throwing it as hard as I can. You better catch it and tag them out. And this, do you know Brad Oakes?
No.
Brad Oakes is this Aussie comic that probably weighs about 300 pounds.
Right.
And I don't know how he made it to third base, but he's running home on somebody's hit and the ball comes to me and I yell, it's coming home. And I throw it as hard as I can and it doesn't make it to the catcher. It hits him square right in the back.
Well, there's a lot of back. 300 pounds.
Yeah, how do you throw around the guy?
But
Really?
it just made him fall flat on his face.
Does that count as an out?
I think it does.
It did in our game. The outs were difficult to come by, so you'll take it under any means, man.
I felt
You can
bad
knock
hitting him,
somebody
but
out, it counts.
That game pissed me off so badly.
So really, black guy you've chosen.
Why are you so intrigued?
No, because
by it?
I find it interesting because Jason chose, what did you choose?
Chinese.
Chinese.
Asian.
No, you chose Chinese.
Chinese for
They're
sure.
the
what would-
longest recorded history.
Longest recorded history.
But see, I got ripped up and down on.
Yes,
on
you want to
that.
be a historian.
But they actually have the longest continuous written
because
record
you
with
might-
no breaks.
You
And
might
Laredo, Texas is the third biggest port in America.
No, no.
you might upset him now. It doesn't matter because his grandkids will fucking get you.
That's right.
Yeah, that's the way he plans
So
it.
They
you're
measure-
thinking that far into the future.
They measure things in generations
And
over
Frankenstein
there, man.
killed
They
his
don't-
creator.
And me
but
and
you'd
Eddie
still be
decided we wanted to be
shorts and
Mexican.
lack the attention of women.
Jim and I talked about kicking you off the show today.
Oh, that's fine.
No, because of the Frankenstein comment.
Yeah. I'm scared. We are honestly scared that you'll do something to us. You have a snap button in your head that's ready to go.
I think it's
I saw
showing
you
in his
snap on my
eyes.
car
Bloodshot
guy.
eye, man.
The guy at my parking garage last night, you kind of snapped on him.
I've been having a lot of back pain. I'm sorry. Okay, it makes you get
All right,
a
all
little
at the
right,
eyes. Look
Snappy,
at the
calm
eyes.
down.
Snappy-
Fucking hell,
snappy rapey.
Sorry.
What's wrong with you, booth rape?
You'd really kick me off,
If you're gonna snap on us,
but I wouldn't.
yeah, you would.
I like in every condition.
But you
Drunk, sober, fucked
But
up.
you've-
I've pledged that same
you
thing
always
that I
say-
will never snap on
Do you
you.
still
Never.
love Jim?
Yes,
How much do you love Jim?
I love Jim emphatically.
Really?
Yeah,
What would you do for him?
What does that mean?
a lot of things within reason.
Within reason.
Right.
With hiding a body.
That's not reasonable.
No, we've already gone to the hiding place. Now the thing is,
I already touched his ball.
he did touch my
I touched
ball.
his pink.
And you said you did the glory hole challenge with him.
I'm not.
You said, Jason, you said it when you were fucked up.
It's fine. You can. I'll do time for that. I don't. You know.
So
If that's a breach of contract, then I have to do like 60 days.
Jason,
Wow.
Jason,
Going back into prison now.
I'm not going to.
Jason, the reason we're worrying is
Wait.
because this Frankenstein killed his creator. And
Frankenstein
this
was the creator.
Yeah, I know. But
It was a joke.
The monster killed the creator. And you also believe that you're the talent and you're going to have your own podcast.
Not at all.
There's a lot of like,
Yeah, it's just.
you're laying low until your moment to strike. And I can just feel it.
Yeah, I feel it too.
Yeah, I feel it right now in the room. It's tense.
The way you looked at us the last episode,
Yeah.
when we brought up the Lilith rape,
What's
episode.
with showing up in a fucking karate outfit as well? Like
Yeah,
that means why would you show up in
Why
a
are you
karate
wearing your
outfit?
Shaolin outfit? And why are you breathing heavy like you're getting into position?
Sending you boys a warning.
When you got punched in the face 10 times,
Yeah.
you kept breathing like that. Like,
Yeah. Well, you bring in because the way to pull chi into your body is by
It's called air.
no, but chi isn't everything. It's like the force.
You
You
pull
know?
a lot of cheese in your body.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you breathe into your.
I think you had a lot of mac and cheese.
I did.
That was funny.
Yeah.
You often eat it, chi. You also rape in a booth there.
Jason tried to win.
You have
the
about
by
4
sleeping.
cheese.
They love you, buddy.
No, don't. Say
No,
it.
don't save them
say it.
ever. You gotta. Silent
I
laugh.
think it's beyond saving.
That was more than the silent laugh.
Actually, it's really weird. Sometimes, like when they're shredding me, like whatever, and someone tries to be nice to me, that upsets me for some reason. I don't know why.
It's the pity. You don't like the
I
pity.
don't. I'm like, don't you fucking be nice to me. Fuck you.
You don't like it when we go bang bang back and forth. Bang,
I love
bang.
that.
You don't like that?
Oh no, it's when someone tries to like intervene. Like no. Like you let that just.
No, I don't want any more self-esteem. Just let me lie here defeated, feeling shit.
No, because it's family. You know, you do.
Ah.
You're turning on him, and he was being nice.
I'll
to
tell you something.
The way your
I'm going
family
to tell you.
treats it.
Now that we have
No wonder you didn't want to fly home.
Look, he's happy. Look, see?
Now that we have Jason John Whitehead with us, and Jason said to me, because he was on the way to the Melbourne Comedy Festival, I think he was in Canada before this.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Canada. So he said, on the way, I'll come by and see you, and we'll hang out in LA, and then we'll go off, and I'll go off to New Zealand.
We'll go out and party and bring random dudes home and let them sleep on the couch.
Sure. Why wouldn't you? Sure.
Apparently, we're getting free shoes.
Yeah, we're getting free shoes. So, you know, who's
You got some free
laughing?
shoes?
Free shoes.
Yeah, we're getting free Converse for, yeah.
You got free shoes?
Yeah.
Getting free shoes, man.
Where?
Just a guy we were
Some
partying with the other night.
skateboard
He's
player,
going to get his free shoes.
Jason asked me yesterday if I'd go through my closet
Yeah.
and find shoes.
Anyway, here's the deal, right? So I said to Jason, I said to Eddie or
I
something.
meant that.
I was on the phone to Eddie and I said, Jason's coming to stay. Is it all right if he stays in your bed for a couple of days while you're in Australia? And Eddie's like, sure. And then Jason was in the other room and his head just popped around the kitchen door and he went, who's this Jason? Like couldn't have the same name as him. He fucking freaked the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like he's just like, why is he coming?
How long have I known you? Eddie Ift.
And you
Too
did
long.
well to
Way
learn
too
the rest
long.
of my name after that as well. There's another Jason coming. I'm not even going to honor him by learning the rest of his fucking name.
But then he does this. He goes, have you two been friends for a long time? And I was like, yeah. Would you say you're closer to him than you are to me? Yeah, I probably would. But we get along.
Yeah, and he let you sleep in his bed.
And what's
that's
wrong
right.
with that?
You wouldn't let me near your bed.
Have you
when
seen
were
the
out.
state
Look
of
at
yourself?
Yeah, you're not ready for beds. You like Jason's been sleeping in a bed for years. Like he knows what they're meant to do. You could fuck it up. You
know
could
how it
fall.
works and everything.
It's not a massage table. It's not a pile of hay.
You're lucky you get a couch. And now wait, I will tell you this that I wasn't going to bring up. But every time I've talked to him in the last few days, I'd say, hey, I haven't talked to Jim lately. If you talk to him, and he'll go, he's really busy with his friend. He's got a friend over that he's staying with, and they're doing things. And he said to me, he never goes out around the neighborhood. There have been two sightings
people
of Jim.
are like, oh, I saw Jim walking around, and like, he never leaves the house. This guy comes into town, and you're fucking everywhere, saying hi to people in stores, and like,
Crazy.
what the fuck?
Whitehead shows up with the magic formula.
Like this guy's out there talking to people in the street now. What the
Maybe.
fucking shit?
Have you ever thought? Have you ever
embarrassment
thought,
of being in
Jason?
public has
Jason,
gone
have
away.
you ever thought for 1 second that maybe he's not embarrassed to be seen with Jason John Whitehead?
Jim, are you embarrassed to be seen with me?
I think we've already answered that question.
I'm scared to be alone with you if that answers the question. Now, so who were the two sightings?
Well, Meredith at the coffee shop.
Oh
said
yeah,
he came
Meredith.
by.
Meredith is still Meredith.
And Willie, I think.
Who's Willie?
The sushi guy.
Oh, the sushi guy saw me.
Yeah.
The gay sushi guy.
I think he's just into everything. I don't think he's gay.
What do you think he's into? What do you mean everything?
Like everything.
Like what?
Like men, women,
Dogs.
animals.
Is he why you want to be Chinese?
No, he's Korean.
your inspiration
He's not
material?
Chinese.
He's Korean. I'm not going to trust that guy's sushi again. Korean sushi chef. Fuck that. man.
He's awesome though. He had a shop in Japan.
Can we leave Duke with him?
No.
No, not this dog joke again.
Would you leave-
I was so embarrassed when you did that the last time.
Would you leave Noosa with him?
Yes. He loves Noosa.
No one likes Duke. What did I say before the show today? What did I say I would do to Duke if I was left alone with it?
That you would put him down.
Not in a nice
and you
way.
wouldn't take him even to a vet. You would do it with your own hands.
No. I'd crush its head in with a rock.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
like,
what I said.
like Abel and Cain.
I said,
Jason, Jim pointed a gun at Duke today, one of the Nerf guns.
Yeah.
And Duke freaked out like Duke has seen a gun many times before.
no, Duke's been shot. Fucking not successfully. Duke's been shot.
Has Duke ever been shot?
No.
He was abused.
Yeah, he was totally abused.
By living
Last
with
night.
you.
No, you know the way we've talked about this, but the way I got him was like someone literally pitched him out of a car. And he was like underweight and balding, and like he was.
Isn't that kind of your story too?
You know, yeah. Is that one of those stories like you go,
I was.
my friend has erectile problems. Like, is that like, were you actually thrown from the car?
And I like how you gave yourself underweight.
He was underweight.
You're not.
No.
You
Never
were,
been. No. The only time I was underweight was when I was born. That's fucking good. No one laughs at that. Jesus Christ.
That should be a t-shirt.
That was a good
That should
one.
be a t-shirt.
Jesus.
How much was your birth weight?
5.5 pounds.
Oh my god! But
That's what happens when your mom's on meth.
Yeah, coming out of that midget cunt would have been just falling out of that fucking midget cunt with the lollipop kid. Follow the yellow lumpy road.
What is that voice you just did?
Oh, the guy. There was one guy who's like, like one of the lollipop guys.
Do the one you just did before.
I don't know what I did.
Do it again.
Give us the Nero. Give us
The listeners can't see that.
Perfect for a pod.
give us Sylvester Stallone. give me do Kermit the Frog.
Hi, Kermit the Frog here.
That's his best one. That's his
No, but
best
I
one.
like that voice that you're.
I like when he
made-up
does
voice.
Fozzie Bear though. Fozzie Bear. Fozzie Bear. Razzle, razzle, razzle.
No, do the one before that you did. That is your own made-up voice. What's the most deviant thing you've ever
What's the
done?
most? Have you ever wanked off to someone down Skype?
No. I like a monk. I never really did much.
Or you really like a monk?
He was standing over you in your room the other night while you were trying to sleep.
Yeah. No, he's done things
That's
like that.
deviant.
Now, what's the worst? Because you've gone down anal.
No,
and
I've never
and-
really. No, dude, seriously, Jim, I was a worship leader
You
in
ever
the church
pissed on
for
a girl?
years.
Ever pissed on a girl?
In the shower.
Hey! Oh, I forgot. We're getting it. Jason has a copy of his wedding.
Yeah, I got to get a copy of that. I have a VHS copy though. We have to figure out.
Wow.
You can handle that.
We've got a VCR
We got
right
a
here.
VHS player here.
What did you wear at your wedding?
Tuxedo.
Did you? But what went on?
I did not wear a tie. I wore a button thing.
And there were flags.
Flags, and then I played music at the end with
What
a
kind of
band.
music?
Worship music.
A
Some
prenuptial
Some reggae style.
that
worship
actually
music.
said, "I don't want any of your shit."
Yeah.
There
We
was-
played a lot of like.
What was the song for your first dance?
We danced to pipes. One of my friends was a piper.
What?
Oh, here we go. Someone get another round of coffee. We're in for another fucking hour here. Why? Like bagpipes. Did you dance to bagpipes?
Yeah, parlor pipes.
What are parlor pipes?
Parlor pipes are different because they actually use a bilge. They go instead of a.
It had to be
piece where
different.
you-
Couldn't use fucking...
Well, parlor pipes are easier to play with other instruments than the Highland pipes.
quintessentially something
So they
that's
weren't the only-
something that sounded like bagpipes, correct?
Well, it's a form of bagpipes. They're,
Right.
They're
So
just
fucking bagpipes. You danced your first
Yeah.
dance
Yeah, okay.
with your wife.
And you wonder why she left
I
you.
can
bagpipes.
actually whistle like. No, you wanna hear it? Right here.
She's gonna leave you in a few years. She never loved you, but she took all your shame and dignity.
So yeah,
Now you're alone,
I think
and
that's
you
the
haven't
one.
even got a bed.
And she lives up the road.
She does.
Banging another
Lives
guy.
closer to you than me.
Yeah.
That's why you're here all the time.
Higher probability of you to run into her than me.
And what's she gonna do when she sees me?
Kill you.
She hates Eddie. Doesn't really know me, so I get away with
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
murder.
yeah. You were just that weird guy that came to one poker game to her. That's it.
And was cranky.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to have some plugs. Please come and see me on this weekend. I'm at the Pittsburgh Improv in Pittsburgh.
That's my hometown. Jimmy's
all-
playing my hometown. So
all
anybody that
weekend.
listens from Pittsburgh, go see him. Nobody goes to that comedy club ever. So
Is that a quiet one, is it?
it's a quiet one. So hopefully people come out
I'm
and see
looking
Jim.
forward. I'm going to meet Eddie's family. So, you know, it's going to be very exciting. His mum's coming out to see the show.
Yeah. And Jason, your midget mom's within how many hours of that? She can get there.
Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
It's like 4.5 hours. I
Yeah,
think.
get her in a car.
But with her midget
You want to meet
speed.
my mom?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll call him up.
You'll fuck your mom.
For some reason, I was like, yeah, no, I mean, it's like, I don't know why. I was trying to
Let's close
stop
this
myself
up.
from being
This is
profanity.
where we get
All right.
indulgent.
And so our good friend
Jason.
Jason Whitehead will be performing in New Zealand. Is
New
that correct?
Zealand, Australia, Singapore, Asia, and then Edinburgh Festival. So,
So how do the
if you look
jokes
up
go in Singapore?
JasonJohnWhitehead.com.
So all you Southern Hemisphere people, so go to jasonjohnwhitehead.com. Jason, what will you be doing next week? If you'd like to buy some hair product. If you're in the Venice area and you feel like...
No, I can drop ship it anywhere in the world.
If you're feeling like your highlights aren't as good as they are, and also, it's one of these new inventions called hair fucking dye, which hasn't existed for like...
It's salon exclusive. You can't use it. at
Salon
home.
exclusive.
salon
Yeah, I can't.
exclusive.
Yeah, you can't
no.
just give it to anybody.
Yeah, right.
Because they'll do what Lindsay did to her head,
Right.
burn themselves. That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the show.
Okay.
Our new catchphrase will be, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've bonded with fat. Thank
Yeah,
you very
please
much.
go to,
Good night.
whoa. Make sure they go to Talkin Shit.
I go to Jim and Eddie talkshit.com and Jim and Eddie at yahoo.com, and we do read your letters even if we do not reply back to them. But the funnier you make them, the more chance we'll read them.
And we're also going to be taking in sponsorship and advertising, and I know you guys are going to hate that because there's going to be ads on the show. So if you hate it that much, just send us checks. Just give us money, and we'll keep this thing going. But it's a very expensive endeavor. It looks like we're going to have to start taking in some financing from the man.
Yeah, we can't afford Jason anymore.
And so if you're out there and you want to advertise, I don't know who can advertise on this show. Probably alcohol companies, vibrator companies, condom companies, and people that
Hair color.
Slim Fast.
Hair color. Maybe we should speak to the fucking marketing manager of a hair coloring company.
What kind of budget do you have
The
for?
fucking, you're the marketing and you can't get us a fucking sponsorship with your hair coloring.
I can get you guys taken care of with your hair color, though.
Oh, because
I'm
that's what
balding,
we fucking
you
need,
dumb fuck.
cunt.
The last
It
thing
thickens.
last thing I need is
Yeah, yours looks
peroxide
really
through
thick.
my
It's
hair.
not peroxide.
Yours
It does not thicken.
It's-
It
it's
ruins
soy
your hair.
based.
You look like
soy-based.
you have wispy fucking. You look like someone that just was in a fire
Your hair-
or might have just gotten cancer treatment.
You look like a burn victim on chemo.
All right, good night.
On that,
You look like a
good night, everyone.
everybody.